Hi, and welcome to my townhouse. Josh Campbell, and this was the first house that my wife and I bought when we moved to Texas. You'll notice that it's 1, 2, 3 levels. It's a big townhouse, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath. That probably leads into some of the problems we had, which was crazy electric bills. And I want to take a moment and show you guys what we did about that. Come on in. So I had electric bills that were averaging over $300 per month, and I was able to decrease them to under $100 per month. So really what happened was I initially got slapped in the face with this giant electric bill, and I knew that my air conditioning systems were a huge part of the problem. I'm in the industry, but I was thinking, okay, what other common sense stuff can I do right now until I can afford new air conditioning, right? And I'd like to show you a few of these things. Now, you'll notice that these windows are open. This is our west-facing wall. This window is actually tinted down 95%. So I put some super duper heavy window tint on these. I actually hired a professional to come in and do it. Then we put in Plantation Shutters. This was a little more expensive, but it made a huge impact too. So when you really want to knock down the heat and get all the rooms a nice even temperature, putting these Plantation Shutters made a big difference. Let's go on upstairs and look at some more tricks that we had. So you'll notice now this is the main area of the house. This brings back a lot of memories for me because we lived here for 5 years. My youngest boy was born and raised here until he was 2. I love these windows over here on this west-facing wall of the house. These were also tinted down 95%, just the same as downstairs. And then we were able to close these blinds and really beat down the heat. This room in particular, if you'll notice, has a lot of can lights in it. Each one of these can lights had a 100-watt bulb in it. And there's 6 here, there's 4 here, and there's 4 more in the kitchen. You do the math, that's 14 of these bulbs. That's a lot. Every single watt puts a BTU of heat into the house as it runs. So what I could do is I pulled these out and I started putting in LED light bulbs. And I did them a little bit at a time because they're not exactly cheap. But I went from 100 watts to 13 watts of usage. And I was able to do that with, I believe, all 26 bulbs in the house. Now you imagine the amount of heat that the lights weren't dumping into the house anymore, plus the reduced energy consumption. The third thing I did was I took a really deep look at my electric bill. And I had recently been at a trade show and I'd seen this website, powertochoose.org. This is actually the website I'm looking at it right now. And I noticed that a going energy rate in Dallas, Texas was somewhere in the neighborhood of the low 7 cents range, depending on what plans you picked. Called them up and realized that I needed to renegotiate my electric rates. We commonly at Rescue Air will get a call from a homeowner saying, hey, my electric bills have gone crazy. I just put this heating and air system in. And then we'll find out that their electric contract had expired and they went from 7 cents a kilowatt hour to 11 cents a kilowatt hour. And all they really needed to do was call their power company and renegotiate. So make sure you're getting your best rates on your electric. So next I'm going to take you upstairs into the attic and I'm going to show you the heating and air conditioning system so you can see what my company Rescue Air was able to do to make an impact. So here we are on the top floor of the house, and this is the last 2 west-facing walls. You can imagine this was the master bedroom and how uncomfortable it was with the sun just beaming in here until we put the 95% window tint and then put in the Plantation Shutters. So I'm gonna walk you back here to the heating and air conditioning system now. It's on a balcony and in the attic on the 3rd floor of this particular home. So here is the system we put in. We put in a zone system. So a zone system, what that is it opens and closes dampers on different areas of the house so they can control different temperatures in different areas. With that, we did a variable speed indoor and outdoor unit. What that does is let's say we just have one area of the house we want to put cooling into or heating. Well, we can turn that thermostat down without adjusting the other thermostats, and then that unit will actually slow down and only push air to that one area of the house, where a traditional system will give you everything it's got, no matter if you're only going through one section of ductwork. So between my case study on my house and reducing my electric bill from 300 to under 100, and I hope that I showed you some common sense ways to make that happen in your home and where you can still sleep at night.